Hello artists! So today I'm going to show you how you can draw a bird like Audubon did, and we're going to be trying to draw from observation so you can look at birds outside. You can also look up birds online to look at, and I also gave you some handouts that have some different, how to draw different bird steps on there, so you can look at those or find some other ones online that you'd like to use. But I think I'm going to do this cardinal. So I found a picture of a cardinal just so I know what parts of the bird are what colors, and I can see some more details since I don't have it right in front of me in person. So I'm going to be looking at that as I do my drawing as well, and I can start following these steps. So you're going to need your white sheet of paper, and you're going to want to draw in pencil first lightly just in case you make any mistakes. So I'm going to start with this first step here, is kind of like the top of his head there. And so I'm going to kind of put it up here. I'm going to try to draw fairly large so it's, the biggest part in my picture. And then it kind of comes down this way. And then we have their little beak there. So this part's kind of where it's pointed for the beak. And then I have that kind of curved part there. And now I'm on to this step. So I'm going to kind of do that part there. And then I've got his belly. And now I'm on to the back of the bird. So I got the back of the head, kind of a curved line there. And then it goes back kind of down that way. And like I said, I drew them lightly so that way if I need to adjust it, when I go to erase, I don't still see that line. If you draw really dark and push down really hard, then when you go to erase it, you can still kind of see that line there. So you want to not push down quite so hard as you're kind of sketching out your bird. And I've kind of realized that I might run out of room for my tail there too. So might have been better to maybe go sideways with my picture, so that way I could fit the tail in, or I could just have it go off my page, or I could erase it and make adjustments there too. So I think maybe I'm going to move his head over, and it's a good thing I drew lightly because now I can erase those lines and draw him over this way more so I can still see some of his tail. So I'm going to go through all these steps on this sheet drawing my cardinal. Okay, so I have finished my pencil drawing of my cardinal here, and I kind of made a few adjustments as I was looking at my picture. I noticed his belly was a little bit fluffier than this picture here, so I kind of made a few changes. Also, kind of creating this texture for the feathers. I kind of drew some of those lines there, so it kind of looks like feathers. So now I'm going to outline this, and you can either use a black colored pencil, or I think I might use just like a skinny pen or marker to go around my pencil lines and outline it just to kind of finalize those lines. But before I do that, I'm going to draw the natural habitat where the bird is, because that's what Audubon did, is he would draw the animals in their actual natural habitat. So I think I might have him sitting on a branch here. So I might have this kind of branch coming through my picture that it's sitting on, and I can maybe have some other branches, maybe coming out in my picture. Maybe there's some leaves here too in the picture. And I'm going to do my background, I think, with some watercolors, and I'm going to color in my bird with some probably colored pencils, but I just kind of wanted to maybe get a few leaves in there, and then I'll kind of fill in the background with some color. So I'm going to outline my bird now with a black kind of skinny marker. Okay, so I've outlined my bird now, and I can just take an eraser and kind of go back in and erase any of those pencil lines that are still showing in my picture. Okay, so now I can start adding my color to my picture. So you can use crayons or colored pencils or markers, whatever you have at home. I think I'm going to use my colored pencils. And also, as you're coloring, you're going to want to kind of color in the directions that the feathers are. So kind of keep your lines going in those same directions. And I'm also going to be looking at my picture over here of my cardinal, so I know what colors to use. And I might even blend and mix some colors in to kind of get the darker reds too. So I could maybe use, this kind of brownish red to create some darker values. So I might get, a variety of reds and then use those to color in my cardinal here. Okay, so I have finished coloring in my cardinal with the colored pencil, and I also kind of adjusted the pressure that I was using when I was making these kind of wood lines. So I'd push down, harder and put more pressure on my pencil to make the lines darker. And then as I was coloring, I colored, gently to kind of get those different values for that and for the leaves as well. And so for the background, you could just color it in, keep going with your colored pencils or crayons, but I have some paints, so I think I'm going to use some paint to color in my background. And you can also, in your picture, if you'd like to include, whatever the bird eats too, so you could have a worm hanging out of its mouth, or, draw something that they would like to eat on there as well. You can do that. So I got some water, and I have watercolor paints, but you can use whatever paints you have at home. And I think I'm just going to do probably mostly like greens and blues in the backgrounds here, just to kind of fill in that extra space behind the bird. Okay, I filled in all my space on my paper with my watercolor paints. I'm going to let this sit and dry now. And I tried to, wherever the green was, I tried to paint a little more blue there just so it didn't kind of blend in too much with the green. And then I kind of tried to have it go, from one blue to another blue to the green and kind of fade into each other there. Well, I hope you had fun making your bird pictures, and I can't wait to see your drawings. Have a great day. Bye.